Okay, so here we are. Guess what? Trust the process. What you've been waiting for, folks. I'll tell you what. I appreciate everyone coming in today. You know, we've had a lot of setup and a lot of takedown, a lot of setup again. But guess what? One thing that people don't know, some of the folks in this room today, I'm going to tell you, we envisioned this 2 days ago and we thought it might happen. And as of about an hour ago, we've now hit over 1,007,000 views on our podcast in under 3 weeks.
Woo!
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Congratulations.
Success.
Woo! That's probably not good that that's got water on it, but it's okay.
Don't worry. Wouldn't be the first time.
It won't be the last. So I'll tell you what, thank you for coming in. We've got a special guest here today, Manny Buchan, all the way originally from Austria, and now from Switzerland. All right, so say hi, Manny.
The neutral country.
Yes, they've got some interesting processes there. The best country, excellent, as he sits in Canada, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, don't worry about that.
That's just...
Yeah, there you go. He lives in both, which is great. So guess what? We've also got some great folks here today in the background. We have producers, we have fans, we have good things, which is nice. We appreciate everyone for coming. Yeah, you know who you are. So that's good. So Ricardo's probably got a good story about trust the process. I think it might be a good one.
Well,
he's looking at me like, dude, why'd you call me out first?
I know. We'll leave it to the end.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
That's excellent. So Manny, how you been? You're flying back and forth. You're here from Switzerland, having a good time. Yeah. So what do you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Trust the process.
Trust the process. That's good.
But to trust the process, you have to have a process.
Okay. So talk about that, Manny. Give everyone, the viewers at home, maybe don't know who you are. Give them your background.
Okay. I can do that. I'm originally born in Austria. Lived there for first would say quarter of my life. Then moved to the U.S. Worked in the U.S. Moved back to Austria. Came back to the U.S. to Texas and to Mexico, and then moved back to Austria, and then now I ended up in Switzerland. So
nice.
Basically, run it through. Very international. Worked in automotive, recreational, everything basically, and now I'm in a very interesting area with coating business.
Oh, so talk about that. So coating business, do you do any work with any fashion brands?
Oh yeah. We're having, one area is called luxury. There we work with like all the main players, with Louis Vuitton, Hermes, you name it. Yeah.
Right. So they've got a different process in life, right?
Oh, definitely.
So let's talk about something from Louis Vuitton. So let's say, Louis Vuitton makes X amount of something, and they don't sell them all. What happens?
They get destroyed. They shred it.
No, come on.
They shred it.
They don't discount them.
They never.
Why wouldn't they sell them?
Because they never put stuff on sale. That's
because that degrades their brand, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I guess if you're charging $25,000 for a purse or something, that's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, and that's how they keep the level.
So Manny, I'm kind of worried. What can you tell me about trust the process? What's the moment that you said I'm gonna trust the process?
For me, it's like working in especially automotive industry in the industrial area and all that. It's all about processes. And at the end of the day, if you don't have a process, it's nothing you can trust in. If you work on a structured way through the processes, and then it guides you through the whole process. So that's how I see it.
There you go. Perfect. Well, that's good. Yeah, that's important. Yeah, I think that's the way we all live life, and we start to sit down and say, hey, we've got to trust our process. We've got to sit down and think about, what you're doing in life, and think about, what's important. What's your core values? What's the morals? What's your beliefs? What's your, who are you as a person?
Correct. I mean, and that's also the reason, why I'm here with you guys, because I trust in the process with you guys, and that's one of the main.
Yeah. So which is really cool. So I think, so give a little more insight to the background. Manny came in on, with this company as an investor. early on in the process. And I tell you, not many people do that. Okay. And for new folks investing in companies and different things, and we want to talk about behind the scenes and these type of core values and who you are, it's very scary, folks, when you start investing in ideas. When you're looking at someone's idea, I think that guy's got a good idea, okay, which is great. And he may have the next Facebook or the next bookstore online or whatever these people are doing. But you have to look at the person and you have to judge them. And the best part is, nothing better than anything else, is if they have a track record of success. But then how do you say, well, you know what, Jim, like I'm that guy that I'm 19 years old, but I got a really good idea. How do I get going?
Yeah.
I don't have any experience, but I want to be a doctor. I want to be a entrepreneur, but I have no experience. How do I get that break? It's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's very tough.
And to follow somebody that has a track record, but maybe there's some failure in that track record, right? That person's realized that he's tried something and it hasn't worked out, and maybe he's shifted and he's worked to something else. And now that process and that new thing is going to work out. But again, you got to trust that person that you're involved with 100%.
That's right. That's right. So, and I don't know if anyone's invested in different companies and different people. I think we kind of, stated that a little bit there. You invest in the person as much as you invest in the idea, because that person or that team is going to be the ones that inevitably are going to execute on that plan. So you have to trust their process that they're going to get that job done, right? There's ups and downs. There's lefts and rights. There's disagreements. We don't see eye to eye all the time. But at the end of the day, you got to trust that process to get to the next level. And that's the bottom line.
This is what I learned about trusting the process. Trust the process, to me, if you're not where you want it to be, if you feel down, if you're trying to lose weight, and you start working out, or you start making plays in whatever industry you are, right? And you don't get the result that you want, just keep going. Don't give up on yourself. Just keep going. Trust that process.
If you believe in it, right?
That's right.
Yeah. You got to believe in it.
Even though you wake up in the morning, right? And you said, okay, I'm going to go to the gym. You go to the gym for 2 weeks and you don't get the results, right? You don't see any results.
Yeah.
Why are you giving up?
Yeah.
The problem in society today is everybody wants it now.
Yeah. Instant gratification.
Yes,
Yeah.
So to me, trusting the process, when you go through that process, the beauty of going through that process is you get to enjoy that process. So when you get to the top, you
look back and you go,
you're like, wow, that was a beautiful ride.
yeah. You look back and you go, there's some hardships back there, right?
And here's the other thing. If I give you, let's say you want to have your ups, right? And I go and I put a machine on you, and there you go. You got your apex. Wow, beautiful. You don't appreciate having that in that moment. You're like, yeah, I just got it. To me, it's easy to get it, right? But when you have to put your work, get up every day, the discipline, everything else, to me, that's trusting the process, right? I don't know. That's when somebody said to me, trust the process, that's what I think it is.
Yeah, makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
I give you time. The problem today is this is no time, right? Everybody wants it now.
Yeah.
But I give you time to that process. Maybe it didn't come. Just keep pushing. There's a guy that said, keep making plays. You didn't get what you wanted to be. Keep making plays. You didn't get the result you want. Keep making plays. And in the end, you will get there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You can control the process, but sometimes you can't control the outcome of it, right? So sometimes that loss is part of the process, right?
Sometimes we ask God and say, why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? And I believe when it's happening, it's getting you ready. It's getting you to that process. That if you don't go through that, you won't appreciate going to where you want to go, right? I give you $1 million today.
If it's too easy.
Yes, I give you $1 million today, just you didn't work for, I give you $1 million.
That's right.
Most of the people, I'm saying 90% of the people will blow it up.
But that's why they say lottery winners, they blow most of their money, right? Because it's
That's right.
too easy. It's given to them.
So to me, trusting the process is everything in life. You got to trust the process to get married. You got to trust the process to raise your kid. You got to trust the process to everything. You got to trust that process. Time is perfect. And it's the most valuable thing that we have. So trust it. Why not? Just keep making plays, like that guy say.
Yep.
Keep making plays. Don't stop. Don't give up on yourself.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So, Preston, what do you think on this whole topic?
Shit, hold up. No, that's good. We're good. We're good. Trust the process is like, to me, just, you make a plan, whether it be by yourself or with a group here. Like, this is inner circle, and, it's just doing the things you really don't want to do blindly and hoping and manifesting everything that it's going to end up how you want it. You have an end goal in sight, and you're fucking working towards it every day and just putting the effort and time in. And, like Ricardo said, it's not always gonna, you don't know how it's gonna end up.
The outcome is never a certainty.
Yeah. But as long as you're brick by brick, step by step, working towards that, you're trusting that process, and, end goal is getting to where you want to be, right? So,
Well, yeah, I think it's interesting. So we talked about numbers today, hitting 1 million views in 3 weeks, folks. And I tell you, some folks out there, see the Mr. Beast of the world and all these guys, and they're getting 100 million views on a single post, and but how many did he get day one?
Yeah.
If you want to look up a story about Mr. Beast, which is really, really cool, it was, I believe, is when he was 16 years old, and he wrote almost like a video blog, filmed himself, and says, "Here's who I'm going to be when I'm 21. I'm going to have 1 million followers. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have that," and all these really
into existence.
Yes,
That's right.
Yeah.
because he's putting it out there.
100%.
Much like what we've done in life today, it's an internal thing that's been written on a wall behind us. And we put that out there to manifest that, to make sure that shit takes place. Because you want to know why? Every day you walk by that window when it has writing on it, every minute, and that's never coming down until the fucking goal is accomplished. And I'm telling you this right now.
Well done.
That fucking goal is going to be accomplished. And we're going to kick the shit out of that goal. But if you put it in your back pocket, you don't talk about it, what have you. And that's why I'm saying I'm not talking about it today, because we have a beautiful bracelet we sell that says silent moves.
Loud results.
There you go. Perfect. Silent moves, loud results. You don't have to tell the world what you're doing. Doesn't matter. It's not about that. It's not a flex. It's an internal thing that you're going to get done for you and your inner circle and your inner sanctum people. That's important.
What actions are you putting behind your thoughts? And,
I'm going to walk by that glass every single day from this day till that, and we're going to accomplish that goal.
The first step is putting it down, writing it down, making it visible, right? And then the next step is manifesting on it. Being motivated, being disciplined, going towards that goal. That's the whole point.
So Steve Harvey said,
He's great, by the way.
yeah, so he said, write down anything you wanted to accomplish in life. Whatever it is, a car, go to details.
Yeah.
Red car, whatever, Maybach, whatever you want it to be, right? And he said, write it down in a piece of paper. Write all those goals, 30, 70, whatever, how many goals you have, go, write it. And trust the process and keep looking to that paper and see what happened in the end of the year, how many of those goals you already achieve.
Yeah. And what do you need to change to get to the goals that you wrote down too, right? So sometimes you're not on the right path, and maybe you need to divert and go somewhere else to achieve that goal.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you have to wake up every day. You have to put in the time, be disciplined, and trust the process.
Absolutely.
Just keep watering that plant. And in the end, you're going to get the fruits.
He also, if I remember, hearing what you heard, he also said, read your list every single day.
That's right.
Obsess over
right.
it.
Right?
Obsess.
He had it on his iPod or something, or whatever,
Yeah,
iPad,
everywhere.
sorry.
He had it
And
everywhere.
right? And that was his opening screen. So he would inadvertently be looking at these things. And you might say, folks, like you're looking at 300 lines of text on something and say, well, I didn't read all those. Your mind did. Your mind's already read all those. They've captured them. Somewhere deep down inside, you can take a snapshot of that. And some people are really good at this. They can read all those instantly. You know, I'm not one of them, unfortunately, but they can do that. So deep down inside, even by looking at a picture of all these things, you're going to be better off than even if you haven't read them all day long. But it's part about trusting the process. It's part about being that person. Steve Harvey says, read all 300 of these every day, or 50 or 75, whatever you have. And you decide, I'm going to take today off. Well, then you're not going to get the same results.
Nope.
So that's it. Steve Harvey did. Steve Harvey talked about being broke 2 times. Had no money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 relationships
Failed.
Yeah.
Said as though he was a bad man, a bad father, or whatever. He blames himself. He takes it innerly.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was or wasn't. I mean, but a lot of these folks sit down and say, hey, it's on me.
You have to face to be a better person. You have to face the problem yourself. Nobody can face it for you.
You have to look inwards.
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep.
You have to face it yourself. You're going to admit it.
Yep.
Face it and go through it and say, you know what? Yeah, but that's not me anymore.
Yep.
And you can't live in the past either, right?
True.
No, exactly.
There's the thing that said somebody, I don't know who it was, said don't give 5 minutes of your life to a problem that's not going to be in your life for 5 years. And that makes a lot of sense. So today
That's good.
today we see something happening to us, whatever, we crashed the car, right?
Yep.
Well, you know,
At the moment, you're all
Yeah.
upset, right?
then if that car is not going to be there in 5 years, why do you give it 5 minutes, more than 5 minutes of your day?
As Jim always said to me,
I love this one.
oh yeah,
Good one.
it's like on your deathbed, would you remember all those times and whatever that, you know, upset you or whatever? On your deathbed, no, you don't remember that. You're not going to remember it, right? And I'm paraphrasing. That's not quite the quote that you gave me, but
Would you worry about it on your deathbed?
yeah.
Came from my grandmother.
Yeah. And that's the best thing. And that's something that's stuck in my mind because you know what? When things bad happen to me, I refer back to that and go, yeah, I wouldn't remember this. This is silly. Why would am I getting angry over this?
No, exactly.
So, I got a question for anybody. Give me a goal that you achieve in life. Give me one.
That we have achieved or
Yeah.
we want to achieve?
No, that you achieved. You already achieved it in life.
I mean, me personally, I wanted to be a successful general contractor. I mean, I wanted to be the best of what I do.
Good. What do you have to do to get there?
I think I've gotten to the point where
I think
I have, but I can always better myself too.
I think to get there, what you did is trust the process.
Yeah.
Put the time in, be better every day.
Put the effort.
Try to do that's right.
Yeah.
Then you accomplish that goal, right?
Yeah.
You trust that
Yeah.
process that's gonna get you there.
And now there's a next step, right? And then
There's always gonna be a next step.
absolutely.
Successful people, they don't stop.
Yeah.
They always want more, and it's not about the money. People don't get this. It's
No.
not about the money.
No.
It's about legacy. It's about who you want to be remembered like. It's about how you want your kid to be in life. It's about so many things out of the money. Money is great.
Yeah.
Money is a tool, like I said in the podcast before, that gets you there. But life is not about money.
No.
The prices in life, you can't buy it with money.
As morbid this may sound, I've just recently thought, at my funeral, how many people are going to show up? How many people are going to pay respect to me, right? And say, we loved fucking Ricardo, and you know we're going to come and pay homage to him, kind of thing. And it's you know, I'm fucking 60 years old, and I'm getting to that point where you start thinking about death and shit like that. But as morbid as that sounds, that's kind of where.
It's funny that you said that. I don't know. I can't tell you because I'm not there yet. But I think when that guy comes to me and to take me, I'm okay with it because I want to maximize the time that God gave me to be on earth and be the best person that I can be and positive, loving, give everybody the love that I think they deserve, even if they don't deserve it.
Yeah. And those are the people that will show up, you know, at your funeral or whatever, just to pay respects and stuff like that. Because I work for a company where the original guy started the company, and there was lineups day after day at his funeral because he was a good person. He was honest. He told you what he expected from you in front of your face, and he was like upfront with you, and that's all you can ask for, right?
So to me, anybody that achieve any goals in life, any of your goals, any of your goals, any of my goals, any of his goals, we trust the process. It didn't happen just like that. And if you want to be a better person, all you got to do is one thing. Wake up in the morning, say thank you to God, appreciate that you're here, and for all the blessings that he give you, and just put the work in. Put the work in every day. Even when you're sad, even when you're down, even when you're stressed, change that mindset, and you will get there.
No, even if you try, if you fail, you know, you try it. That's the important thing.
I think failing is the beauty of it.
Absolutely.
That's how you learn. I want to fail in everything that I do.
See,
No, but I still want to fail in stuff that I do because that's gonna make me better.
I think back to Ricardo's point, you don't need 6 motherfuckers carrying your casket. You just need me, and I'm going to carry it till my fucking legs.
And I know you're going to have a fucking fight to the fucking...
Because I am a lot younger than you, so
I
it's
know.
pretty much inevitable at this point, folks.
I can just picture you fucking carrying that.
I will. I'll drag that fucker
down the steps. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom.
Yep.
you can own it.
I know.
God damn it, where's all the stronger guys here? You know what I mean?
I'm going to fucking wake up and go, Jim, fuck, get some guys helping you,
I
man.
knew you were joking around. That's what I knew. Come on, let's go have a drink. So I think that's important. So we talked a little bit today about math too, right? So I always found this interesting. In today's mainstream media, they try to normalize things. Okay, we're not going to go too deep into this whole kind of concept, but we're gonna start here. Okay, and I think over the time of this podcast, you're going to start to understand more and more as we peel that onion back. Okay, I'm going to talk about normalizing regular concepts, normalizing the regular things from day to day. And this is what they do. Some people call it brainwashing. Some people call it news. I don't know. You be the judge. But I'm going to tell you something. So if a man works, or a woman, or a person works for makes $50,000 a year, in 20 years, he'll have $1 million in the bank if he doesn't spend a penny. $50,000 a year for 20 years, $1 million bucks. Wow, it's achievable, right? You know what $1 billion is now? They're handing out $1 billion or $50 billion to this country, $50 billion to that country. It's like a nothing term now, right?
Yeah.
That same person at $50,000 a year has to work 20,000 years to make $1 billion. 20 years is achievable. 20,000 years is a little crazy. But now they're normalizing the big T word, trillion. They're normalizing it. Oh, we're only 32 trillion in debt. So if I made $50,000 a year, do the math, folks, it's 20 million years.
So for anybody out there that is listening to this podcast, if you want to make money, you better be an entrepreneur. So anybody that wants to open a company out there, that's the only way to make money. You're not going to make money working for somebody else. You're going to make money working for something that you believe, and you're going to put your hard work. There's no time. You're going to get that watch and throw it out of the wall, and that's the end goal.
Yep.
There's no secret.
There's no Christmas. There's no fucking Easter. There's nothing. You're working through those days.
And if there is, your mind is always in there.
Oh, of course. Yeah. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I live here and I text, sending 100 things because I never stop working. Because I'm going in the process to go somewhere that we're going to be somewhere, you know? But
That's deep.
That's the goal. That's deep.
but we are going to be somewhere
Of course.
because we put in the work, we trust in the process, and I got the biggest ball that you can ever imagine.
So
You know,
I
it's true because he actually shows us in the gym every day.
That's right.
I certainly hope you have two of them, but
Yeah, how come every word that he says has an S at the end, except when he talks about something that's plural? Then it plural. Okay, yeah, that's good. I'll tell you what. Hey, so speaking of that, my good friend, let's talk about your process.
My process, how many process? I got a lot of process.
What do you think? Just give one to start, maybe?
I give you the most significant one. My process, 16 years old, didn't want to be in Cuba. There was no future for me. I have two choices: either leave the country or die trying. So my process was getting out of there, and that was my goal. And yeah, I have to trust the time to get out of there.
The process became your burn the boat moment.
That's it.
Right.
And then you gotta, put the effort to that every day, and that's your goal. It's either die or die trying.
No, that's deep. No, I appreciate that, folks. And for folks that are just coming in right now, obviously Alejandro's from Cuba originally, and it's a tough go for the folks there. Beautiful people, and
There's
challenge with how the government treats them, right?
There's 2 million, and it's sad to say it, but it's the reality. There's 2 million of Cubans that died trying in those waters only 90 miles away. They died trying. 2 million of them.
Jeez.
but they're trying their best to get a better life for themselves, right?
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like worth it for them. It's like either we're going to make it or we die doing it.
That's one of the trusted process. Another trusted process when I was flipping houses. I couldn't flip the house in one day and flip it next day. It wasn't happening. I got to put the time in. I got to get the right place. I got to fix it up. So I got to give that time. That's trusting the process. So in the end, yes, I will make my money, right? So anything you do in life, I think you have to trust the process. But if you lay down in the bed and you don't get up, actually, it's funny that you said that because, again, Steve Harvey said, if he had a guy, they call him for 27 days or 37 days straight.
37, yeah.
37 days straight. And the guy said, hey, Jim, how are you? How you doing today? It's going to be a great day. Just remember, boom, hang up the phone.
Steve Hardy just got fired, I believe, from Ford Motor Company.
Yes.
At the time, he
right.
was down on his luck. He had no money. Very, very tough time for him, right?
He was living in the car. He was a homeless guy.
Yeah, and he was trying to do one of these. Wasn't Avon, but it was like one of these Amway. Amway. He was trying to sell, Amway to folks. Yeah.
And that happened for 27 days. And in the 28 or 37 days, I can't call that. But in the 28, the guy called him Steve to say the same thing, and then he goes, "Hey, how are you?" He's like, "Oh, Steve, I'm glad that you answered me." He goes, "Yes, and today is gonna be a great day, and today I'm gonna get up the bed and I'm gonna go get it." And the life changed. That's it. That's all it takes. Wake up and say, "I'm not doing this anymore." You hanging out with bad friends? I'm not doing this anymore. They want to guide you to a lane that you don't want it to be. I'm not doing this anymore. And your life would change.
Yeah.
Simple.
Absolutely. I think that's important. I tell you, I have a bit of a kind of talk about trust the process. So you've got to trust the process. Understand that the whole thing is actually, just a big process. It's all the late nights. It's all the tears. It's all the fears. Like fear sets in. The adversity, the people telling you can't do it, the people are telling you your podcast is going nowhere. You can't even imagine what's coming. This is preparing you for something great. So you have to just envision where you're going. You have to see that path more than anyone. If you're very fortunate in life, you have that wonderful partner that sees that path with you. You will never, ever receive anything you don't go through the process for. There are no shortcuts. There's no secret paths. There's no cheat codes for the little kids, if a cheat code's still a thing. You can't deviate from the process. You can't take call it a Montreal detour. A lot of orange cones there. You have to go through it, folks. Understand, there's going to be struggle in this process, but that is the beauty of it. The beauty is to learn. The beauty is to grow and to love. The beauty is the experience that makes it truly magical. It's making you stronger. I can't wait to see what this process becomes with us. And I tell you, we talk about inner circle. We have that here today.
Cheers.
Cheers. I believe in each and every one of you. And for the folks that aren't on the camera,
So
trust the process.
trust the process.
Beautiful things will come.
So trust the process, right? How many people you have under you that they do this much and they expect to get this much? How many of those are there? A lot, right?
Many.
Yeah. And actually, the person that is working the hardest think he's not doing enough. The hard worker, he's doing the most and he think he's not doing enough. And those are the people in the end that come on top. That's right, because those guys, they trust in that process every day and they keep pushing. The other ones, they give up on themselves when they think that they deserve more. You deserve in life what you get. That's what you deserve. You want to deserve more? Do more. It's simple.
Very simple. That's right.
Yeah.
So I tell you, we talk about different things. We're going to talk about different companies and different backgrounds. Do you know how NASCAR was created? NASCAR. And before Ricardo says anything, yes, Ricardo, it was in 1920s.
I was the original driver, by the way.
Yeah, he was there.
Ford and I were like this.
So I tell you what, folks, in the 1920s, there was a thing called prohibition. This is something for the young kids of drinking age to say, what are you talking about? What's that mean? They were blocking the sale of alcohol to everyone in the country. They felt it was the right thing to do at the time, and they're going to block the sale of alcohol. So there was, let's call them entrepreneurial people that said, hey, I think we could make moonshine and sell it to different local watering holes, as they were called. So they had these drivers, and these drivers became really good at evading the law enforcement. They drive really fast. They drop off a bunch of booze at one locale. Yeah, basically, right? And then they would keep on driving to the next place and keep on driving to the next place. And it was interesting because there was a guy by the name of Bill France that actually sat down and said, wow, these are some of the best drivers I've ever seen. He may have enjoyed some of the swill. That's alleged. We don't know this at this point because it was back when Ricardo was born. But I'll tell you, in the 1940s, he said, hey, he took the Prohibition drivers and said, I think these are some of the best guys I've ever seen. I think they could drive. Maybe we'll put them around like a some type of track thing and have them drive in an oval really fast. And when they drive that oval really fast, we'll see which ones are the best guys. And that's how NASCAR was created. Prohibition drivers. Bill France sat down and said, hey, we're giving them a prize for the best guy. And in 1942, just want to make sure, I believe, exactly, NASCAR was created, and the rest is history.
Interesting.
Were they given a bottle for winning?
They probably had a couple bottles in the car. That was probably part of the thing. You know what I mean?
I guess they're used to that.
Yeah. They wanted to make sure the weight disposition of the lower torque, something others, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't know all the car terms, but yeah, for sure. So I'll tell you what. And you know what's funny? Because we're going to the gym, and we've been working out now. We're on week 4. And, I'm blindly trusting the process. You know, there's a lot of swear words and there's a lot of different things that get said at that gym. And I know at one point I'm lifting probably not a lot of weight, but I think it's a lot. And it's certainly something I think it'd probably choke me. And I'm on the bench press. I even know the name now, so that's pretty cool. And I'm lifting this weight, and Alejandro says, "No one coming to save you. You're going to do it yourself." And so, kippingly, I push through this to try to get this bar away from my throat so I don't die. But the point is that this great gentleman, he sits down and pushes and pushes and pushes, because I think Preston was the one that taught me this. Your mind quits before your body does. And so I said, okay, so okay, based on that, I believe him, I trust him. I'm going to block out my mind, and I'm going to allow my body to take over. And it's scary as shit, folks, because you're not thinking, you don't know what's going on, right? But it's tough.
And again, that's one of your moments of trusting the process.
Yeah,
right?
That's right.
So one day you never worked out before, or maybe when you were younger.
Yeah, long time.
And then one day you said, you know what, I'm doing this. And you start working out. You transfer, I believe, 33 pounds to fat that you had to muscle.
That's right.
Right? So you went for double XL, or XL it was?
Large shirt now.
To a large.
By the way, on sale at FKNRICH.com.
But that's
$39.95.
But that's trusting the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So you will get to whatever you want it to be, but the only way you get there is trusting the process, putting your work in. Right? So
I remember him putting on a large shirt for one of the podcasts before that. And he's like, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Fuck, you look good, man."
Oh, thank you.
No, you did.
Yeah,
$50 under your chair, like always.
No, but it fit properly. But that's the process, right? You're going to the gym to lose weight, to get fit, and now you're reaping the rewards.
I think, folks, like, you have to understand, and I'm going to tell you, we talk about being honest and genuine and sincere, and I mean, I don't know what drives you. There's a great story of a baseball coach. The baseball coach, it's a large man. I think he was over 400 pounds. And his daughter is dying of cancer. It's a real story. You can look it up on YouTube. It's on there. It's beautiful. And this man tried, attempted, worked on, maybe, half-assed working out to try to become a smaller man. To try to get, I guess what society would say, in shape. I think in shape's whatever you want in your head. Don't worry about what's in a magazine or what your buddy looks like or whatever. What's good for you is good for you. If you want to be 300 pounds and you're happy, you're winning. You want to be...
I don't know about that. That's crazy.
I believe that 1,000,000%, bro.
So,
absolutely,
bro.
So I'm telling you that...
being 300 pounds.
Absolutely everyone that's fucking literally happy in their own fucking mind. I'm telling you right now. Okay?
I don't know, bro.
So anyway, this coach... I believe, as the story goes, he was about 400 pounds. Couldn't lose weight, didn't lose weight, lost 10 pounds here, gained 10 pounds, lost 10, gained 10. Like the story of most folks working out. Really, like honestly, right? Everyone in this room has done that from time to time.
Yep.
Work out, we lose a bit, then we gain it right back.
Yep.
Okay, for whatever reason. Probably just water weight. We don't know. I mean, none of us are experts. But the kid, he's a dad, and his daughter is dying of cancer and needs a kidney transplant. And guess who's the perfect match? The dad. And the doctor says, "We can't operate on you, sir. We cannot operate on you because you're too big. We're fearing that if under that operation, you will die. You're just not healthy enough to operate on." So the dad says, "Well, how long do I have? Or how long does she have, more importantly?" He says, "At 6 months at best." In the 6 months, he lost the weight.
that's right. Those are sad to hear, but that's one of the samples what you can do when you put your mind to it.
Put your mind to it, yeah.
Right? That's
And that's part of the process, right? You're pushing to get to a goal. Doesn't matter what it is. You know,
And that's like,
weight, relationships or whatever. It doesn't matter. You're pushing to get there.
It's his motivation.
Yeah.
How he felt. He was happy with himself. I'm sure he was. He was like, I'm content. I don't care. I'm good. Comes down to
okay, he
to
wasn't
working
happy-
harder.
He wasn't happy with himself. He was comfortable.
Comfortable. Sure.
There's different than
I
being
agree.
happy
Yeah.
and comfortable.
That goes back to the old point. that I was
Yes.
just saying.
You will so the problem here is that we have today
Mhm.
is that you have Lamborghini, right? You have a Lambo, you're driving a Lambo. Now I wanted to get that Lambo, and all I do to get the Lambo is talk shit about you or try to put you down or compete with you. You're gonna get that Lambo, you're still not gonna be happy.
That's right.
You gotta fix yourself inside. And if I'm your friend, I want more for you. The society today is broken. And the reason why I'm saying this is because everybody's looking what that guy has, what this guy has, what that guy has. No, you don't need that. You need you. What do you want? What do you want? And again, if your friends has more than you, that's good. That's amazing. You know why? Who's going to benefit from that? He gets a private plane. Who's going to go on the private plane? You understand? So why am I going to be envious and putting him down or whatever it is? Why? What's the reason for? But there's some people like that in the world. You want a teacher and it costs $400. You know what? This is the same thing. I want to break these teachers. No. Go get it. Be happy
Do
for
it.
him that he accomplished it.
That's envy. That's one of the 7 sins of the,
But
envy.
that's the problem in the society that we live
Unfortunately,
in.
it is. Yeah.
Is everybody trying to keep up with the Johnson.
Yeah.
The Johnson is me. You want to keep up with me? Good luck. I'm the Johnson. I'm going to be happy. You're going to get to where I am, even better to than I am, and you're still going to be sad.
Because here's the reality of life, folks. Just so you know, inner circle, we're out the door at 6:30. We're at the gym at 7. We're eating at 8:30, depends on the workout. We've had a meeting by 9:30. A lot of people aren't even out of bed yet. We've already accomplished more before people wake up than most people on this fucking planet. So that's the reality. You want to keep up with that, gentleman? You want to keep up with any of us? Good luck. And we wish you the best. We really do. There's the process. Fucking follow it. And guess what? There's no fucking days off. I'm going to tell you what. My goddamn shoulder has been hurting for fucking a week. I'm there every fucking day. I showed up with a fever one day. I'm still fucking there. I'm not complaining. I don't say, hey, I got a fever, this and that. And the other's like, oh, man, you're really hot. You should go home. I'm not fucking going home. No fucking days off. I'm not fucking doing it. It's not happening. I'm fucking here. It's so easy to go, yeah, man, I just don't feel good today. I'm not coming in. Exactly. And I'm not doing it. You want to know why? You either commit to something or you don't. It's just like a good woman or a good man or being a good father or a good a son or daughter to your parents. You don't fucking take days off on that shit. You either are a fucking good person and you put in the time every fucking day, or you don't. You don't half-ass shit. And that's the difference between fucking great people and good people.
Another example, then, I've been totally honest. I was in construction, and I got problems in my shoulders, problems in my low back. I have to pivot. I was depressed because that's all I know. And 8 months that I didn't work. So I'm going in my head like, I got to do something. I will come here and, hey, we're going to do this, but I wasn't ready. And I wasn't ready. And I would say, yeah, we got to do it, but never went actually to do it, right? It was all ideas and do it, and, until one day I said, I had enough. What am I doing? Am I going all in or am I going all out? If I'm going all in, I'm in. And when I did that, and I'd be honest, when I did that, I'm right now on the point that I wake up and I'm motivated. I want to go to work. I want to do this. I want to do stuff. I don't want to sleep. I go home, my daughter, my kids, hey, bring me this, and have more energy. It's more good atmosphere, positive mindset, you know. But before, I wasn't ready for that,
Yeah, no, and you have to be.
right?
You have to have that mindset again, right?
That's right. So for all those people out there that depressed, stressed, feeling down, keep playing. Just keep playing the game. You will come on top. You will come on top. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about feeling good. And it should happen today. We all know. For 1 second, I wasn't mad. 1 second. And person's like, how? I'm like, I'm not mad.
It's not
And you know what?
change anything, or
And you know why? Because my mindset is not there. I trust the process. The
Yeah.
process will be whatever it has to be, right? How long does it take? Whatever it takes. But I'm happy today. I'm happy. I'm motivated. You know? I wasn't getting mad. And before me, I would have probably ripped the freaking thing apart. You know? But now I'm not there anymore. I want to give love to everybody. I want to be positive. And if you don't like me because you don't like me, good for you. I'm still here. And I'm still going to be positive.
There's nothing good out of negative energy.
No.
oh,
You know, it's
No.
got to be positive.
There's that story that he said, in the last podcast, you want to quit? Give it one more day.
mm-hmm.
One more day.
One more day to think about it.
Yeah, one more day. And then you see.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and that's what you got to do. You got to hear it, but you got to put it on practice. You got to do it every day. You got to, you know, that's you.
But you can't push somebody that's not ready for it either.
That's right.
They can't.
Oh.
They're not going to come.
No,
Oh,
no.
No.
You like you said, you weren't ready for it. It's,
I wasn't.
no matter what Jim would have said or whatever I would have said or Preston, it doesn't matter. You weren't ready for that commitment. And then all of a sudden it took yourself to do that, right?
That's it.
Alejandro, if you don't mind, can you tell the story about your grandmother?
Yeah.
Right? Do you know which one?
Yeah.
I think that's important. I think it's good to for people to understand this.
So, which one? Before you guys went to Cuba or
When she was sick.
when she had a heart attack?
Mm-hmm.
It's things are gonna come on you. Problems gonna come on you in life, and you can be stressed. But the key to this is how you handle the problem. My grandmother had a heart attack
In Cuba.
in Cuba. For some reason, we lost my passport. So I was furious because I couldn't go. And you know what I did? I went on the floor, lay down on the floor, start crying, and praying to God to let me see it one more time. One more day. And just keep praying. I think I prayed around 2.5 hours. And today my grandmother is okay. I probably gonna go see her soon. And before I would be calling names or saying why God did this. God to me is perfect. With Him, everything. Without Him, nothing. And no.
But before, because you couldn't see her, you said to Jim one night, "Let me come over here
Yes.
because you got positive attitude.
Yes.
I'm down."
So I was feeling down. I was feeling depressed, and everybody in my circle, in my house, was depressed. So it's like you're going in this dark hole that you don't know how to come out.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I let up and I said, okay, I know the place to go. And I came here, and I said, I need you guys. And I said, right where you are, and I said, yeah, this happened, and it sucks, but I know here I'm gonna feel good. The positive,
Yeah.
positive energy is gonna
Yeah.
get me out of there. And you know what? I left here, talked to my grandmother. It was great. After that, it was because you need to get in different circle.
mm-hmm.
If you don't like your life today, change it. It's only you.
Yeah.
It's only you. That's today we had a conversation here. And we were talking about how not to criticize somebody else and focus on ourselves. You know, don't talk bad about that guy. Talk bad about me. You know, talk bad about yourself. So if you don't need to put your energy to that, put your energy to yourself, fix yourself inside, and you see you will have no time. If you start doing that today, you will have no time to criticize
anybody.
Worry about somebody.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't worry about nobody else.
No.
I'm good.
So I think it boils down to a really good lesson that I've learned. More successful people than yourself will never criticize you.
No.
And if you think about that, folks, more successful people than you will never criticize you. And there's a reason. It's always the people that are below you that are the ones trying to pull you under, pull you down, take you down to their level. It's not okay. And you have to be in that right mindset, as he said.
And I think it stems from a lot of jealousy. It's like, this person has something I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
You said something beautiful the other day, that the podcast help you in your personal life.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
That's you.
Mhm.
Right? You felt it, you start achieving it, and you start doing it.
Because I looked at myself.
That's right. So, again, for everybody out there, we're not near where we want it to be. We're working every day. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about ourselves, about fixing ourselves.
Bettering yourself.
We're not even near where we want it to be.
No.
I want to have pure heart, completely pure, that if the Trudeau Prime Minister said whatever he wants to do with this country, it won't even bother me. Yep. That's what I want to be. I don't want to focus on negativity of him or whatever. And if I don't like it, I find a choice.
Good.
Find an option.
Yeah, an option.
Find something.
Yep.
But that's why I think it's important that you have that circle of, people around you that help you to, gain that effort, to do all that. I mean, at the end of the day, that gets you the next step further, and you just believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I'll tell you, you know what? I'll tell you, here's something really deep. Did you know that starving people and poor people never dream?
Didn't know that.
Don't me neither.
It's true. You ask them. Starving people and poor people never dream.
What do you mean by that?
What I mean by that is they're so caught up in the fact that they're looking for their next meal. They're looking for their next way out. That they don't dream of the bigger pictures and what have you. It's a scientific fact. You can look this up. I mean, I'm sure most of the universities in the United States have done studies on this. And it's one of the saddest things possible. Instead of this, folks, and anyone that's down and out, having a hard time and just a tough go at it, we talk about the good things and the wonderful things. But you can't sit down, and I understand this is easier, said than done. You've got to sit down and dream. You've got to sit down and have bigger goals in yourself. You got to sit down and say, I'm going to elevate my family. I'm getting my family out of poverty today, and be positive about it. And it might not be today. It might not be tomorrow. And you say, oh yeah, this fucking guy, he doesn't understand what he's talking about, this and that. I'm going to tell you, I know more than fucking people realize, because we've all gone through those struggles. We've all gone through the facts that when you sit down and darkness comes in on you, and you say, well, no one supports me. No one's on my team. No one's here to help me. No one's going to do it. You're right. You have to do it for yourself.
Yep.
And you got to pick yourself up. And maybe your mom or your dad, folks, they're not there. They're not mentally there. They're struggling. They're having a hard time. Then as you as a son or daughter, you pick that family up. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with just putting positive words out there. Start with positive words and then create those positive words into positive actions. And greatness will come, I assure you.
And in the meantime, in the meantime, give to those you love every single minute of your life with hugs, kisses, love, whatever you, but given the time with their life. Don't wait for they to die to say, oh my God,
Now,
and then you feel any regret.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to my grandmother. She's my everything. She raised me with my mom and my dad, but my grandmother was the place to go. And it's if she goes tomorrow, Ricardo, I don't want it to go. I will give my heart just to see it one more year.
Of course, everyone does, right?
You're right. But I don't want it to go. But if she goes, I'm not gonna feel any regret.
Because you've done everything you can.
Everything that I can. Everything that I can, and I'm trying to do better every day, and that's who I am. And that's who I want to be.
See, and that's where, in my life, I worked very hard to where I got to today. And there's a lot of time that I've missed for my daughter, my son.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back now and I'm going, I missed a lot of their childhood because I worked so hard. I put in the hours. And then I come home, put in the hours. And I didn't spend a lot of time with them. I spent time with them, but I didn't spend as much as I should have.
You were making a sacrifice.
I was making sacrifice. And then now I look back and I go, shit, I missed a lot of time where I could have been spending quality time with them. And there's a regret there. And you try to make it up now, right? Because for me, I realize
it's never too late.
No, it is
never too late.
It's never late.
Never too late. You can be like we said here, Steve Harvey. He wasn't the best father. He wasn't the best husband. But it was never too late.
Yeah.
He wake up and he said, "That's it. I'm done with this," and changed his life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean that's important stuff, right? Like it's you sit down, folks, and you got to look at yourself. It's so easy to blame someone else for your own problems.
For sure.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
And that's what most people do. I mean, I did that most of my life. I mean, I'd like to tell you I was a great guy all the time. I always joke about it. I said the only person that thinks I'm a great guy is myself and my mom. But the reality is you have to internalize those things, and you have to understand that you have to, accept responsibility, take actions, and understand that, that you're the creator of your own destiny. That's the bottom line.
That's it.
So we're talking about grandparents here today, and I think it's important. My grandmother, so some people's families have grandma, grandpa, granddad, whatever. Nona, these different names. What's the version in there, eh, bro? What's the Spanish version? Abuela?
Abuela.
Okay, perfect. So my grandmother was Mummy Lou. It was always Mummy Lou and Daddy Rob were my grandparents. And my grandfather had Alzheimer's. And later on at the end, he had to be put in an Alzheimer's ward. And a great guy and a wonderful man. And we would visit him. And I thought it was interesting because my grandma would visit him every day, Mummy Lou. And so then the Alzheimer's ward. And a lot of these folks, if you don't know and you haven't experienced this type of disease, it's very tough because the people don't remember who you are.
I don't care.
But you still go, you still show up, you still do your thing, and you live for those glimpses. Well, my grandmother's there, and one of the other patients says to my grandmother, "Oh, I love that ring." My grandmother says, "Oh, you do? Oh, it's beautiful. This is a patient, Alzheimer's patient." And she says, "Okay, dear, here you go. I'm going to give it to you." She gave this ring to this person she met 3 minutes before, who sat down, what have you. Didn't think anything of it. And my grandmother wore a bunch of rings. I didn't think anything of it. My mom told me the story a year later. It was her mom's wedding ring.
just seeing a stranger, being able to give that ring to that person,
Mm-hmm.
which probably meant a lot to that person.
For probably 2 minutes.
But that says a lot about your grandmother. To me, that's what it says. A lot
Yeah.
about your grandmother. And you know what? That's who Canadians are. That's why Canadians are loved in the entire world. Like you go to any place in the world, you say, "Oh, I'm from Canada."
Yeah.
Oh, you're Canadian. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that what he just said right there, that's the reputation the Canadians has around the world.
Absolutely.
And that was
Welcome.
and that was one of my biggest dreams when I moved to this country. I want to be like that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I have tattoos on my body that says born in Cuba, built in Canada. Because I don't regret being born in Cuba because I wouldn't be here. But Canada to me is the greatest place in earth. I will fight for this country. I don't like where it's going, but I will fight for this country. Because this is the country that gave me my family, that give me those morals to share with others, to give love, to let the envious people behind my back, just to transfer it to fuel.
Yeah.
And that's it. You want to see me do bad? No problem. Watch me go. Like Dana White said, bet against me. But that's what Canadians are, and that's cheers to that, man.
Yeah.
Cheers.
That says a lot.
Cheers,
Even
cheers,
when
cheers.
even when she was losing herself, she still was that person.
Exactly. Well, yeah, my grandma was sound of mind. My mom asked her mom, my grandma, why did you give her the ring? Because it made her happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lesson to be.
And you talk about ideals, folks, and you talk about who you want to be. I try every day to be that person.
That's right. And you will get there. And I will get there, and the whole group will get there.
Yep.
The beauty of that is anything, and this is, again, Preston questioned me today. He said, bro, you know Matt? I'm like, I know Matt. Because the beauty of this is when you build something and then you wanted to accomplish, there's nothing interfering, bro. Nothing. You can fight with me today, fight with me tomorrow. I'm not giving up, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here.
Yep.
There's nothing.
Just a little bit of change in direction. That's all it is.
That's it.
There's no sense getting all pissed off about it.
What?
For what? Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then, like you said before, does it change something for me tomorrow? No. So it's not
It
worth
won't be here.
to put the energy in.
That's right.
you know?
I won't be here.
But look at all the bad things that happen in everyone's life. And you look back now and you go, did it really matter? Did it really, affect your life that badly? And you look at it and go, no, it wasn't that severe. I handled it, and that's it.
And the thing is, if you keep that hate inside, let's say I hear some comment that you made or whatever it is against me, and I keep that passion inside, that anger inside, it's not gonna destroy you. It's destroying me.
Yeah.
Right? Just face it and go.
Mm-hmm.
See you. That's it.
Yep.
There's no time for that.
No. Absolutely.
And for all these young guys that are coming up right now, live your dream. Don't live anybody else's dream. What's your dream? What do you want to have? Right? That's it.
Yep.
Live your dream. Not somebody else's dream that to get a Ferrari, this and that. Live your dream.
And that's the problem with the fucking internet and everything. Everyone's looking at everyone else's dreams right now and go, shit, I'd love to be in that house. I'd love to be have that car or whatever. And you know what?
And guess what? You can get it.
But even so, even if you get it, at the end of the day, you may not even be happy getting
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it's not your dream.
Yeah.
It's not what you want.
That's right.
To. So I'm trying to do better, and I'm going to bring everybody around me better. And they're going to learn, and I'm going to learn with them.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I learned something. I'm in construction. I learn something every day.
Every day.
Every day. And it's funny that I've mentioned to old carpenters I go, why don't you do it this way? And they go, well, I've been doing it for 30 years this way. I said, well, and maybe a little bit of arrogance on my part. I said, well, you've been doing it wrong for 30 years then. But a little bit of arrogance, but I'm just saying that, you know what? You learn every day. There's something new to learn every day.
All I want is the people out there to keep making plays. Keep playing the game. Don't give up.
Yeah.
And live your own dreams.
So, folks, I tell you what, we want to call out everyone that's watching this podcast. We want to talk to you. You got a mom and dad, grandma, grandpa, aunt, uncle, friend, whatever. Who's changed your life? Put it in the comments. And we're going to give you guys, the best one's going to get a gift package. Okay? We're going to put it down there, but we want to see what your wonderful, beautiful story is. And all the folks that are watching this, that appreciate that, give them one of those little heart things. Okay, whatever system you're on in social media. But I tell you what, give everyone some love.
Yeah.
But let's see what beautiful stories can come of this. Okay? I think that's really important. And I'll tell you, it's funny because my father had a car dealership. And we got invited, not get invited, I invited Ricardo. Yeah, it's a good story. At the end, we sold the place. And we had these, I would say, infamous Saturday morning meetings that started at 8:30. There allegedly may have been fog machines and laser lights and a loud stereo, and
This is the last day of the dealership that you.
this was the last day. But this was the thing. So we had a lot of salespeople at the time, and you got to get them pumped up. And I'll tell you what, folks, this is back in between 2008 and 2012. General Motors has gone bankrupt. Pontiac has been canceled, and our dealership was a Pontiac dealership. It's a tough time. There was dealerships all around this area. I can't speak for the country, but probably the country as well. They were canceling Christmas parties. They were cutting back any way they can. They probably slashed half of their staff. And we were thriving. It wasn't the fact that we weren't trying hard. It wasn't the fact whatever. But I tell you what, we had a lot of dogs, as they say, the Detroit Lions, give them a plug. They recruit football players. We recruited hard workers. We didn't recruit salespeople. We recruited hard workers. These people were dogs. They worked their tail off amidst adversity. And a wise person said to me that lives very close to here. You probably know who you are when you watch this. He says, just be more honest and be more real. So this is the realest story I could possibly ever tell you. Next to my grandmother's story, of course. So it's the last day. On Monday, the place is sold. So we said, let's go out with a bang on Saturday. You got to remember, we got to do our job. We got to accomplish our goals. We got to sell cars. I'm sitting there with Ricardo on Friday. And I said, you know what, folks? I said, not folks, Ricardo. You know what, Ricardo? I think I should invite some of the previous people that made an impact in my life and part of the dealership to the Saturday morning meeting. That sounds a little crazy, right? Folks, think about this. Thank God I don't have to work there anymore because I don't have to go to the Saturday morning meeting at 8:30 a.m.
But I remember being there,
Right.
and you making some phone calls, and you even said, yeah, this guy didn't work out.
Yeah.
Had to let him go. But I'm going to invite him because, like you said, he made an impact on the company and made an impact on you. And he was like, I thought to myself, well, that's going to be unusual. This
A
guy's
little awkward, probably,
a
right?
little awkward, and this guy's probably going to reject the opportunity to show up, right? And then what happened?
I think I ended up calling 22 to 25 people. All 25 people showed up?
Mm-hmm. Not one said no.
No.
Yeah.
And he says, well, I thought you let most of them go.
Yeah.
I did. doesn't mean they weren't better off because of that. And then some people say, well, that doesn't make any sense. You have to understand, folks, you have to be real and honest with people. You have to know that they have, as your manager or as someone, I never looked at myself as a manager. I looked at myself as an equal and just had to do a different type of job. And when you sit down and look back on this, I'm thinking about this now. It wasn't that I ever wanted to let anyone go. I love these people. I love hanging around with them. They were beautiful people. But the reality was they just couldn't accomplish that goal that we set out for each other for whatever reason.
They weren't coming along with the process.
Well, for whatever reason, like they were destined to do something better. I always believed. I honestly can. It wasn't a line. It was the reality. And a lot of these folks have gone on to do wonderful things. And I'm so proud of them and so happy. And I'm glad I could be that little piece of that story for them in their lives.
Their way.
On their way, yeah. It didn't work out. So someone could say, hey, I think that's a terrible thing. Well, guess what? Like I've said this, probably 3 times in the last week. If I'm in hell, I'm so happy I still have legs so I can walk through the fucking fire. If I hit rock bottom, I'm happy, but guess what? There's only up from here. That's how I look at life. I've had shit hit me in the last 24 fucking hours. People don't understand this. And I'm like, good, because I've learned from that, and I understood it, and I'm only going to get better from here. And that's the God's honest truth. So we invite all these people, and guess what? Everyone shows up. And we had a wonderful last day at the dealership in something that was supposed to be nothing more than a board meeting at a little car dealership in a little town. And these people had a great time. Because they appreciated it. They were very kind and wonderful, and we enjoyed the old times, and we talked about the old story. Hey, remember when this happened? Remember this story? Remember this deal? Remember whatever?
They show up for a reason.
Yeah.
Something impact them. They show up. Right?
Like Jim said, he was part of their journey,
So even when there was a sad moment,
but
they show up for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And something maybe Jim elevated them to something better, right? Even though they're not there now, he may have elevated them to something better than what they were doing.
Well, and that's the thing too. I've looked back and I've learned something from each and every one of them. It's changed me, who I am, and realize that at the end of the day, when you're making those decisions, folks, so this is for the managers or whatever the term is out there, or the bosses and the owners. Don't sit down and count hours. Don't sit down and say, well, I got to talk to this guy, or I got to, you're trained in school to find people doing something wrong. It's the bottom, honest to God truth. Why not just flip the script? And I've found greatness in taking the process and turning it the other way. Instead of finding someone doing something wrong, like a police officer, hey, I'm going to find somebody doing something wrong. Change that process. Flip it around. I'm going to encourage people to do something right.
But Jim, that's the difference then, that you're not a boss anymore, you're a leader.
Yeah. He has that talent.
Okay, I understand.
That quality.
Yeah, he has.
If you flip that around,
Yeah.
then that's what we define as a leader and not as a boss.
Yeah, he has that. Even with us here, he's the guy that we go when
Oh yeah.
things start going down. He's like, okay, let's do it this way, and he bumps us up.
Mm-hmm.
He has that. That's one of the reasons why I came. One of the hardest moments of my life to here,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because he is like that.
Oh no, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. And
So-
we know each other for a long time.
No, I don't.
And I mean that's the big difference. That he's not up here and all the other ones are down here. Equality is there.
Yeah, together you're going to create that goal, right? You're going to achieve that goal. You're going to get to that place where you need to be.
I appreciate that. That's very, very kind.
The luckiest kid in the world, and I don't believe in luck. Luck is what you create. But the luckiest kid in the world, to me, is the member that we have with us, Preston.
Mhm.
He's experienced so many things that he didn't go through it yet. So when things hit him later on in life, because all you gotta be is alive to have those type of problems, he's gonna know how to deal with it.
Because his dad lived it already
Yeah.
for him. Yep, definitely.
And that's
This was
a
lucky
beautiful
man.
that's a beautiful moment.
Yep.
Because you know what? There's no money can buy that.
Exactly. No, and Alejandro, that's like you said, you have to live that for your kids, you
Mhm.
know. I mean, each of us here sitting, trying to do that, you know, and
Fight all the demons every day.
lift them up, lift them up higher than you are.
Yeah.
You know, that's the most important thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important.
Yeah.
I think we all sit down and we have to understand and look inside ourselves and find who we want to be, what we want to become, and they say there's only one man in the planet that wants something better for their son, and it's their father.
Their father. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And I think that's the reality of shit.
Yeah.
You know, but
That's
I think I love that quote. I love that saying, but I think the reality is that when you find that right inner circle, you've got a lot of dads.
Yeah.
That are helping that son.
There's a lot
More
of
people.
there's a lot of support behind there.
That's right.
A support group. That's what you need.
And the key of everything is once you find yourself, you can see the light on the end of the tunnel.
Oh, absolutely.
Clear. You gotta find yourself first.
Yep.
Right? No more lying. No more lying to yourself.
The bottom line,
Find yourself first.
to me, you got to love yourself first.
That's it.
You got to love who you are. And if you don't, then you better change.
Yeah.
Or else, you know, maybe you don't achieve what you're going to do.
They say work harder on yourself.
Yeah.
They're in your job. You work hard on your job, work harder on yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, you will get there.
So I think to wrap things up, folks, a quote comes to me, and I'll tell you, you know what? God allows you to do anything in life. Choose to be kind. Peace out. See you next time.
We're not leaving.
No, we're not leaving. Okay, yeah, go ahead. We're going to record both real quick.
That's all.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know the punchline.
What? One in the basement?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
He's got this one. He says one in the pink, and I don't remember the rest, Ricardo. Do you?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, so I tell you what, there's this little kid that was born. Great little Johnny. Wonderful little kid. And he was just born a little different than other regular kids. But he was a beautiful soul. Had a wonderful, perfectly round head. Unfortunately, it wasn't God didn't give him a torso, but it's okay. But he had beautiful, wonderful hands and really nice feet. And little Johnny, as he couldn't move around very well, he would sit on the windowsill every day. And he would look out and see all the wonderful kids playing in the street, playing, street hockey. They'd be playing baseball out there, and he'd say, Mommy, can I go outside and play with the kids? No, Johnny, can't. Unfortunately, you can't. And then he sat on that sill, the sun baking down on his beautiful head. What a wonderful soul. And this went on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And every day he asked his mom, can I go and play with the regular kids? I want to go outside. And you know what beautiful thing happened, Ricardo?
Not sure.
You're not sure?
No.
Okay. That as he sat in that sun, he started to grow. He started to grow limbs. And he started to grow legs. And he grew a torso. And he became into a beautiful, wonderful little boy. And he looks at his mom as he's this wonderful 5-year-old little boy. And he gets out and he says, Mommy, look at me, Mommy. Can I go and play with the regular kids? And his mom says, yes, go play with those regular kids. So Johnny throws open the door. He runs down the stairs. He runs into the street. Bang! Got hit by a fucking garbage truck. You want to know the moral of the story?
Don't grow a torso.
Quit while you're ahead.